back to BYU. Oh my goodness. You know how you can't say the actual F word if you're a Mormon. So you say flip, fetch, freak, fudge, and frig the Mormons. But what we're really talking about is that dang chant. F the Mormons was back again at the last basketball game in Oklahoma, right? So, and it's interesting. Let's see. I'll read this little quote from so it says, during the Brigham Young University's 99-92 men's basketball loss at Oklahoma State, some student fans in the arena were heard chanting F the Mormons, only they're using the word. They're not using just F, a derogatory phrase directed at BYU and members of the sponsoring faith, right? So the head coach, this kind of caught my eye. This was in the Tribune, and he comes out and he says, I've got 4 small kids at home. I am a Mormon. I had to highlight that. He's a what? He works at BYU. He's a prominent figure at BYU, and he's calling himself a Mormon. I was actually very surprised. So he's, of course, very disappointed. Yes, comment.
Using it for polemical effect because he's going to say, I have to talk to my kids, and me being the effing Mormon.
Yeah. But I don't know why he didn't say, I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's what he should have said, I think. Anyway, so of course it happened again. A fine, right? $50,000 to Oklahoma. Had you guys heard about this for chanting the phrase F the Mormons over and over? This is the second time I think there's been a fine, but I think it's the 4th time that some opposing team has erupted into that kind of a chant. So,
anti-Latter-day Saint? Who wrote that?
This was in the Tribune. I know.
It's anti-Mormon. It's not anti-Latter-day Saint.
Yeah,
Jeez, Kevin Reynolds.
That's what
This tells you right there, which word are they more offended by, the F word or the use of the word Mormons?
And that's where I'm going next. You can read my mind, Bill. That's exactly it. So I would like to remind everybody, of course, every time I talk about the word Mormon, I have to bring up this quote again, that Mormon is a nickname and all nicknames are victory of Satan, because I always get called on this. He did not say it's a victory for Satan. In so many words he did. And everybody
that was a major victory for Satan.
That's right. And everybody in the church corrects you if you use the word Mormon, although not so much lately. So here is what I am proposing. These fans do not need to use the F word. They don't. Mormon itself, to a Mormon, is that kind of an insult. If they were simply to chant Mormon, 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 right? The church would be very offended, and they would have to come out and say, we're extremely offended. These guys would not get fined. They'd accomplish the same thing, rattling the other team, right? And yet the church would have to make a statement, that's derogatory. We don't believe in that word. We don't own that word. Don't you dare call us this word. Oh, oops. Okay. Except for we do own the word, even if we don't want you to use it or chant it and we find it derogatory. I think you guys have probably been following John DeLynn, and he's been in mediation with the church this last weekend, ongoing, as I understand it, still over that word Mormon. Can he still use it in Mormon stories, on his social media, in his URL? You guys have talked about it a lot because you have stuff going on with Mormon discussions, Radio Free Mormon, that kind of thing too.
I thought Mormons considered Mormon to be the equivalent of the N word.
This is what I'm saying. This is why
you want to trademark the N word.
This is what I'm saying. This is the weird juxtaposition. A crowd could chant Mormon, and it would have that kind of effect onto the ears of members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They would be horrified to hear it. The fans would not have to pay a fine unless the church could prove that that word is similar to other extremely derogatory words that are universally accepted as being derogatory. So they would have to go on record saying, these guys need to stop calling us Mormon because, all the different reasons, victory for Satan. And yet at the same time, here they are. We own the word and no one else can. I would just love to see that come up. So if anybody's in the audience of a game, I would love to see what happens if you just started chanting Mormon. You don't need that F word. Like Bill said, which word are they really concerned about? So,
Rebecca, can I go back just a couple of slides here about this guy? Who's this guy again?
He's like the coach.
He's the coach. His name's Kevin Young. And he has to go home after the game. And he's got 4 little kids. And the littlest kid, goes, Daddy, why did those boys and girls call you an effing Mormon? Please explain that to me.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Because that's what he said. Did you get to his full quote?
Yeah. No, I did never read it. You can read it if you want.
Yeah, my kids are going to ask me, what the heck does that mean? Yeah, my kids are going to ask me, what the F does that mean? And I've got to tell them. So thanks a lot, Oklahoma. This is just a really bad attempt to try and bring kids into it and say, you're hurting the kids. You know?
Exactly. And the kids probably will have to say, what's a Mormon? Because if he's a faithful Latter-day Saint family, they have shielded the very little kids from the word Mormon.
And unlike Coach Kevin Young, I am proud to be an effing Mormon.
That's right. But it does make me wonder if, again, we've talked about this before, is Mormon making a comeback? I mean, they're certainly trying to lock down the trademark, and they seem to use it. I see it in faithful social media a little bit more. So, President Oaks is giving his first big address, a devotional tomorrow at BYU. This is going to be really important to listen to. Everybody's making a big deal out of it because it's his first address. Maybe he'll start softening his stance on the word Mormon. I'm
bringing it back.
Maybe he'll sing, I'm a Mormon boy, much like Ezra Taft Benson did.
That's right. Yes.
Anything can happen. All right. I'm done with that story. Unless, Bill, any thoughts on that? You did read my mind. That was it. Is it Mormon or the F word that they're more upset about? I don't know. I've
said this before, but I remember being in a thread where the discussion was going on about the use of the word. And as you pointed out, RFM, a Mormon said, you can't say that word. It's like the N word. The response was, no, it's not. You know how I know? Because neither you or I can say the N word. Yeah. Like to compare one to the other is ridiculous. But that's what Mormons do. Always being offended, always being persecuted. So nope.